Jack Thunder and the Fragments of Anima, Book 7, Null. Chapter 11, Time to Celebrate. Jack Thunder floated in the void. He knew his body was around here somewhere, he just needed to find it. His sight wasn't going to be much help. This place was pitch black. He was going to have to feel where his body was. He concentrated all his effort on his left hand. With some struggle, he felt his fingers move. He clenched and unclenched his hand. All right. He got feeling back in that hand. Now for the other one. He did this with the rest of his body, starting with his hands and feet, then working inward. Bit by bit, every piece of him came back to its senses. The world around him grew a bit brighter as he saw a light through his eyelids. He groaned, squinting as he opened his eyes. His sight was met with the dull, white ceiling of the hospital. A machine beeped rhythmically beside him, accompanied by a steady drip from an IV bag. He sighed. He'd landed here again. Despite his considerable pain, Jack Thunder tried to prop himself up to see the rest of the room. Before he could, however, Frosty suddenly tackled him in an embrace. "Don't you ever scare me like that again." "Frosty, please, you're going to hurt him," San scolded her. Frosty let go, taking her place at Jack Thunder's bedside. "Ugh, thanks." Jack Thunder's whole body throbbed in anguish. Upon closer inspection, he could see the healers had wrapped him up like a mummy. Bandages graced nearly every inch of his form. He turned back to San and Frosty. What happened? Is everyone okay? Did we do it?" San spoke. "The Heart of Darkness is no more. Though we're not really sure what happened. We flew back here to get Strombolio and the others help with the invasion. We were just blasting Strombolio's speaker towards the storm, hoping it would help. All of a sudden, the clouds stopped churning, then a huge blast of white blew them all away. When the smoke cleared, it was as bright as ever. We figured you'd all done it, but when I flew back to World's End, I found you all unconscious at the bottom of the volcano." Jack Thunder was silent for a minute. "Well, that explains the music we heard back in the flip side." "Wait, where are we?" "We're back in Harlequin's repose. Your friends are all right. They're all recovering in rooms right next to yours." A smile crossed Jack Thunder's face. He sighed in relief. "We're all okay. Hurt, but okay." He lay back down on his pillow. A familiar eggplant wyvern whelp leapt onto his bed. "Here, Jackie, Razor wants to see you." Frosty's voice still trembled. Jack Thunder could only imagine what she was going through while he was passed out. His eyelids drooped once more. "Come on, let's give Jack some time to rest." San led Frosty out of the room and turned off the light. Jack Thunder lay on his back, stroking Razor's back as the wyvern rested atop his chest. He stared out the window at the sun gently setting over the Thornback Mountains. He once again smiled to himself. "We did it. We really did it." Within a few minutes, he was fast asleep. Jack Thunder awoke bright and early the next morning. Despite his numerous injuries, his spirits were high. That was the best sleep he'd had in 2 months. Maybe it was because of the pain meds, or maybe it was because the pressure of saving the world was finally off his shoulders. Or maybe it was... Oh, right, I almost forgot. Today was his birthday. Such an odd feeling. He didn't remember feeling this excited about his birthday last year. Something about all the trials and tribulations he'd been through this past year made today all the sweeter. It was what made him amble his way down to the cafeteria, despite all the pain he was in and the pleas of his caretakers. The others were already there when he arrived. Shadowpaws waved a bandaged paw in his direction. "Oh, there you are! We were waiting for you!" Jack Thunder sat down next to Buckthorn. She was in the same state as him. Her arms, legs, and tail were all wrapped in heavy bandages. The other 4 were in little better condition. Kirami and Snotter wore bandages across their foreheads. Shadowpaws had his left tail in a splint, and Saturn's crooked wing was fastened to his torso in gauze. The reef siren stared at Jack Thunder. "Did you come down here without anyone helping you?" Yeah, why?" The storm gremlin didn't seem to see anything wrong with that. Buckthorn shook her head. Classic Jack Thunder. "You just never learn, do you?" Snotter pushed her bandages away from her eye. "Forget that. I didn't even know the Heart of Darkness was the Heart of Alterus until just yesterday." The fairy snail could feel the awkward stares cast in her direction. She wiped the nervous sweat off her brow. "Okay, I know, that sounded dumb." "Wait," Kirami interjected. "Is that why the spell worked? The spell Jack used? Which one was that?" "Heaven's Transformation. It's a spell that turns Wendigos into Fanghuangs if you use it right. I was worried it wouldn't work because of Nemesis, right?" Snotter finished for her. "What happened to it anyway?" Jack Thunder realized he hadn't seen the former Wendigo general since the Grotto of the Young. He imagined that the Heart of Darkness would not have been pleased with Nemesis's defiant actions that day. He shuddered as visions of different severe punishments for Nemesis crossed his mind. "I don't really know." "You think we'll see it again?" Saturn asked. Shadowpaw's fur stood on end at the mere thought, but he said nothing. The six were silent for a minute. None of them had ever thought about this before. Finally, Saturn spoke. "Maybe Nemesis tackled that big Wendigo to the ground because it saw our journey and wanted us to win. If it comes back, I'd love to try and use that spell on it." "You'd have to study a lot of magic before you get to that point, Saturn," Kirami added, remembering how clumsily he swung around Excalibur back when they first met him. Still, he had a good plan. None of them knew if or when Nemesis would come back, but when it did, they would be ready. For now, it was time to celebrate. No one could argue otherwise.